So we are still waiting for Finland to accuse our prime minister of anything. They've held our prime minister going to almost 3 months, 90 days. He did not commit any crime. But from what Finland has done, we have now discovered there is a history of what Finland is doing to suppress Christians, to suppress freedom of speech, and to destroy innocent Biafrans using the globalist agenda, which Finland is part of right now. That is what Finland is doing. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has not committed any crime. You put him away now, going to 3 months, because you partner with Nigerian state, a terrorist state that have very, very low score and record in human rights. Finland is now part of that. That is exactly what they're doing. How else could one explain holding our prime minister for almost 90 days without indicting him yet? You isolate him. You want to break him psychologically. And you think we are just going to sit down and watch you and your cohorts in Nigeria. Your cohorts in Nigeria, they will get it real hot. It's a promise. It's a promise. Because at the end of the day, we know this battle between Nigeria and Finland and Biafra, we are going to see how it's going to end up.
All right. So see, at this point, I think we need to be, truthful and be reasonable as well. Because thinking about this whole thing, honestly speaking, is worrisome to me. It is. I have been thinking about this and I said, God, what is really happening? Now, let me say it this way. As I said, we need to be truthful. A couple of weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, Dr. Mrs. Ngozo Rabeze came out and told us that, oh, come on, that very, very soon that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa will be with us. And that is not the first time she's making that statement. She has, of course, I posted them here on this channel. She has said that about 2 times or 3 times that Biafran should relax that, Simon Ekpa is going to be with us very, very soon. And the worst thing is that after saying this, some days or probably 1 week later, she will also come out and say, hey, what is happening? Oh, they want to do this to our Prime Minister. They want to do this to our Prime Minister. And it will be a negative news again. And then I begin to wonder what is really happening. Now, please pay attention to this video. I'm not trying to query Dr. Mrs. Ngozo Rabeze. I'm not trying to query her. I'm not even trying to, make her look stupid. I'm not trying to question her authorities. I'm not trying to do any of those things. But I'm just trying to be truthful. I'm just trying to, speak out what might probably has been in the mind of so many people, so many Biafrans, so to say. We keep hearing that Simon Ekpa will be with us very soon. And then on the other hand, we keep hearing that Nigeria is trying to, collaborate with Finland to do 1 or 2 things to our Prime Minister. And then the question is, what is really, really happening? Now, I know that probably that Ngozo Rabeze may be speaking out of what the lawyer, tells her. All right, yes. Of course, the cabinet has not been able to, visit Simon Ekpa. So every news they are getting is from what the lawyer is telling them. All right. So if the lawyer come out and say, hey, come on, don't worry, he'll be with you soon, Ngozo Rabeze will still come out to tell us, hey, don't worry, he'll be with us soon. And if the lawyer come out and call him and call her and tell her that, see, this case is getting worse, so she will also come out and tell us that the case. So I believe that she's speaking from what the lawyer is telling her. But in real sense, what is happening? Simon Ekpa has not gone to court. They have not, apart from the charges they accuse him of, terrorism, inciting violence, which has been cleared. In the recent time, we have not seen any other charges, and he has not gone to court. What does that tell you? That something is wrong somewhere. There is something that is wrong somewhere. Now, thinking about this, I don't know really what is wrong. But Thinking about this, it just reminds me of what I have told you before and which I would like to tell you again. You see, in this world, there is no rule of law. There is no rule of law anywhere in this world. Even in those civilized countries, in US, in any part of the world, there is no rule of law. What we have in the world is interest. Just, just take this and keep it at the back of your mind. What we have in the world is interest. What we interest the government is what they are after. They are not after what you gain. What they are after is what they will gain. What they will gain. Now tell me, you have kept somebody in isolation. We don't know if he's in prison, because you cannot keep somebody in prison, somebody that have not gone to court. You can't keep him in prison according to law. The person has to be charged for one thing, taken to court before the lawyer or the judges will pronounce judgment. So Simon Ekpa, we have not seen him in lawyer, we have not seen him in court, we have not seen any judge pronounce any judgment on him. So it means that he's not in prison. He's probably somewhere isolated. And tell me, how can you keep somebody that you have not charged to court for 90 days in isolation without any indictment, without any charges? This is Finland that everybody is clapping and hailing for supporting freedom of speech, for supporting freedom around the world, for supporting a lot of good things. And now what are we hearing? What are we seeing? And that is why I tell you, there's no rule of law anywhere in the world. What each government or each individual is after is personal interest. Personal interest. Let me just give you a simple scenario of how you may understand it. You see that person where they call you sir, where they answer you oga, they bow down, they greet you, they clean your shoes. Now because you get money, and now because he's getting something from you, the day you become broke, hey God. Anyways, the day you become broke, you will know what that person really is to you. Anyways, I will allow us now to watch this update from Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Arabeze and see what she's saying, because something is happening. And at this point, the only thing or the only encouragement I'll give Biafrans is to keep praying. Keep praying. There's nothing more rather than to call up to God to help us, to assist us, to guide us, to protect us, and to give us wisdom to carry on. All right? So please, just take a look at this video that Dr. Ngozi Arabeze made a couple of days ago. And as you're watching it, you drop your comment on the comment section what you think about this whole thing. All right? And please do not forget, if you're coming across this channel for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel, right? But for now, please watch this.
Area of any indictment or anything, because we know our prime minister didn't do anything wrong. He is doing exactly what we are doing. All the killings that the Southeast and South delegitimized governors are doing, that is what our prime minister Simon Ekpa was preventing. That is what Nnamdi Kanu was preventing. And the whole world have seen how Finland took away our prime minister. And within that period, hundreds of innocent Biafrans have been murdered by Christopher Musa and Tinubu, using the reintegrated terrorists that they imported into the Nigeria territory. That is what is going on. And that is something that Biafrans have risen up and said, no more. So we are still waiting for Finland to accuse our prime minister of anything. They've held our prime minister, going to almost 3 months, 90 days. He did not commit any crime. But from what Finland has done, we have now discovered there is a history of what Finland is doing to suppress Christians, to suppress freedom of speech, and to destroy innocent Biafrans using the globalist agenda which Finland is part of right now. That is what Finland is doing. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has not committed any crime. You put him away now, going to 3 months, because you partner with Nigerian state, a terrorist state that have Very, very low score and record in human rights. Finland is now part of that. That is exactly what they're doing. How else could one explain holding our prime minister for almost 90 days without indicting him yet? You isolate him. You want to break him psychologically. And you think we are just going to sit down and watch you and your cohorts in Nigeria. Your cohorts in Nigeria, they will get it real hot. It's a promise. It's a promise. Because at the end of the day, we know this battle between Nigeria and Finland and Biafra, we are going to see how it's going to end up. So we heard that some of the items they took from the prime minister, they are returning them. They are yet to send out any indictment. The one that we saw, I think last week, where they now said that it has something to do with a charge on the use of a name like Masters of Law, something like that. We understood that that is not true. That there's no charge like that. Maybe some nonsensical press inside Finland, those that hate us and hate our prime minister, working inside Finland, they are the one that published that, and we're told to just neglect that, because all of us were waiting on Monday for Finland to charge our prime minister for the Master of Law case. We didn't see anything. And again, what Finland is doing is unacceptable. We have those innocent Biafrans that they picked up with our prime minister. They are still in bondage in Finland. Those innocent individuals can still not use their bank account, can still not get a job, can still not do so many things inside Finland. And some of them, they have their name on the terrorist list by the Finland government. How can you put somebody's name in a terrorist list and you've not even indicted that person as a terrorist? What country does that? You've not gone through the normal process of law. You've not proven that these innocent Biafrans, that they are terrorists. You, Finland government, you went and put the name of these innocent Biafrans under the terrorist list. Why should you do that? And you think the world does not know what you are doing? You think Donald Trump does not know what you are doing? You've not charged somebody as a terrorist. Now you put the name anywhere they go in Finland, anything they seek for is being denied because the Finland government has put their name on the terrorist list without even indicting them. How can we say the world, we want to make the world a better place, when we have country leaders that are criminals, criminalizing innocent citizens, and they are the heads of governments? And you think you will go free? Us to rule ourselves is continuously being destroyed, being undermined, being plotted against by the Nigerian government, using different avenues to do this. One of the avenues they've used to do this is to plan with the with the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Secretary of State, whom Tinubu recently appointed, to plan to complain with the Finnish embassy in Nigeria to remove our Prime Minister, Simon Eber, just weeks before our declaration in Finland. Nigeria orchestrated this. Nigeria planned this. Using the Foreign Affairs Secretary of State, they appointed minister. And they were able to work closely with Finland, with the Finnish authorities, to remove our prime minister just weeks before the declaration of our independence in Latin Finland. Their plot is, by removing our prime minister, we are not going to be able to declare our independence in Finland. They succeeded in removing our prime minister weeks before our declaration. But we, dear friends, we were resolute. and we were able to still redeclare Biafra. We did that in Finland on November 29th, 2024. Another way, the Nigerian state, who the whole world knows, Nigerian state that have continued to subjugate Biafrans, that have continued to kill innocent citizens of Biafra, have continued to marginalize Biafrans, have continued to destroy and block our self-determination, is by sending their reintegrated terrorists into the Biafra territory to continue to kill our people, kill innocent citizens, just for mentioning Biafra, just for our belief, just for fighting for our freedom. I want the world to know Nigeria is a terrorist state, and they have their tentacles spread across the world. Finland has become one of the stooges being used by the Nigerian government and Norway to suppress our rights as individuals, to suppress our freedom, to suppress our self-determination. How else could Finland keep our prime minister for this long while you are carrying out an investigation? We see some racist tendencies in this plot and in this plan to continue to detain a Finnish resident on the claims and on the purported crime that Nigeria state, that is known for terrorism and supporting terrorism, killing Christians, mass burying individuals in all parts of Nigeria, but in Borno state, in Zamfara state, in Kaduna state, in Lagos state, in Southeast, in South-South, in Ehamufu, in Azambo, in Onisha, in Aba. There have been mass massacre of innocent citizens by the Nigerian state. Nobody is accounting for this. In most cases, the president makes no speech about that. The ministers working with him makes no speeches about that. The January killings of 2025, where innocent Biafrans were killed in their homes in Biafra territory in Southeast Nigeria. The Nigerian government has refused, has not said anything about that. The Southeast governors, South-South governors, none of them is talking about that. How can a people continue to keep quiet when their people are being killed and massacred daily? And Finland and Norway, you want to become part of this, you want to become part of this crime to continue to play a role in this system. That is something we will never accept. Another way they try to do this is to break the spirit of Biafrans. Just on the mere lies the Nigerian government has given them. The Nigerian state has given all these fabricated lies against us. So it's not even about Simon Eber. It's not even about Troy Yaba. It is about the plan, the continued plan by the Nigerian government and the ministers that work under them to continue to suppress the freedom of the Biafrans, to continue to kill us, using different avenues they have across the globe to do this. We want to bring it to the attention of the world that any foreign government that is participating in this criminality against the Biafran people or innocent citizens or the Amazonians that have the rights to self-determination, that foreign government is part of the crime. From terrorism to fundraising to whatever, to instigation. Why should Finland continue to hold our prime minister, reprimand him?
All right. So you have had it, right? All right. Now, drop your comment on the comment section what you think about it, all right? And do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, and God bless you.